In the English language, all words belong to classes or else categories called as word classes. This is also named as parts of speech. That is, according to the role they play in a sentence. So hi everybody, and this video is about word classes. So in this video lesson, you will be able to learn about word classes and what are the examples and words that belong to these word classes or as parts of speech, and how you can identify and categorize words in a sentence according to these word classes. ඉතින් මේ වීඩියෝ එකෙන් ඔයාලට දැනගන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි මොනවාද මේ word classes කියන්නේ, ඒවට අයිති වෙන වචන මොනවාද, ඔයාලට sentence එකක් හම්බුනොත්, ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාලට sentence එකක් දැක්කම ඒකේ තියෙන words කොහොමද මේ word classes වලට categorize කරන්නේ. examples එක්ක තමයි මම අද lesson එක ඔයාලට explain කරන්න යන්නේ.
The main word classes in English language are noun, verb, adjective, adverb, pronoun, preposition, conjunction, exclamation, or interjection.
So first, let's talk about the first word class, which is named as noun. We all know the meaning of a noun. අපි හැමෝම දන්න noun එකක්. එහෙම නැත්නම් නාම පදයක් කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා. A noun is a word that is used to identify a place, a person, a thing, an idea, or a state. ඉතින් මෙන්න මේ දේවල් ගැන identify කරන්න හඳුනා ගනිද්දි තමයි අපි නාම පද යොදාගන්නේ. එහෙම නැත්නම් nouns use කරන්නේ.
So when we take this sentence, the young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my. So in this sentence we can see the nouns are girl, letter, and teacher.
The next word class is verb. What do you mean by verbs? Verbs කියන්නේ ක්‍රියාපද. ඉතින් ක්‍රියාපදයක් කියන්නේ කෙනෙක් හරි දෙයක් හරි මොන හරි කරන ක්‍රියාවක් ගැන හංගවන පද තමයි ක්‍රියාපද කියන්නේ. So, a verb describes an action which is done by a person or a thing. For example, he runs. So, run is the verb. The children are playing in the ground. The children are playing in the ground. So here the verb is playing. So as I mentioned before, let's look into the verbs in the previous sentence.
So in this sentence, the young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my. The verbs are brought and disappeared. So in this sentence, they have used two past tense verbs which are brought and disappeared.
The next word class is adjective. Adjective describes or else give an extra information about a noun. Adjective එකක් කියන්නේ නාම විශේෂණයක්. ඒ කියන්නේ මොන හරි නාම පදයක් ගැන අපිට extra information එකක් එහෙම නැත්නම් ඒක ගැන විස්තරයක් කියද්දි අපිට මේ adjectives use කරන්න ඕනේ. example එකක් බැලුවොත් අපිට මේ apple කියන noun එක. apple කියන noun එක describe කරන්න ඕනේ නම් අපි දාමු green කියන color adjective එක. එතකොට green කියන adjective එක දැම්මොත් green apple. green apple කියන එකේ එතකොට green කියන්නේ adjective එක. එතකොට මේ apple ගෙඩිය කොළ පාටයි කියලා කියනනේ. So here the adjective is green. Green describes the state or else describe the noun apple. Let's look into the adjectives in the above sentence.
In this sentence, the young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my. So in this sentence, we can see the adjectives are young and long. The adjective young describes about the girl. The adjective long describes about the letter. So in this sentence, the adjectives are young and long.
He, she, it, they are some of the pronouns. What do you mean by pronouns? ඉතින් මේ pronouns එමෙන්න සර්වනාම කියලා කියන්නේත් එක්තරා word class එකක්. Pronouns are used to replace a noun. For example, if I take the sentence, Mary went to the town and Mary brought an ice cream. So in this sentence, we can see the name Mary is repeated twice. So if I want to replace the word Mary in second time, so I can use the word she. Mary went to the town and she brought an ice cream. Mary went to the town and she brought an ice cream. So here in this example sentence, the pronoun is she. So I guess you got the meaning of a pronoun. Pronouns කියන්නේ අපිට මොකක් හරි noun එකක් replace කරන්න. ඒ වෙනුවට දාන්න පුළුවන් වචනයක් තමයි pronoun කියලා කියන්නේ. So let's look into the pronouns in the above given example sentence.
So in this sentence, we can see there is a pronoun which is she. So in this sentence, the word girl is replaced by the pronoun she. So the young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my. So here the pronoun is she.
එතකොට pronouns ගැන ගත්තම අපිට pronouns උත් categorize කරන්න පුළුවන් subject pronouns, possessive pronoun, reflexive pronouns කියලා ඔන්න ඔය විවිධ ආකාරයට. ඉතින් මේ lesson එක word classes නිසා මම එච්චර දුරට උගන්වන්නේ නැහැ. මේකෙන් කරන්නේ word classes ගැන introduction එකක් සහ explain එකක්. හරි, let's move on to the next word class. The next word class is preposition. Prepositions are used in a sentence to describe or as mention about a relationship between nouns and pronouns, and also these prepositions are used to state something about the time, the starting time, or as to mention about the state of something, about the nature of something, the position of something. So in all these occasions, to express the idea, we need to use preposition. එතකොට prepositions කියන්නේ නිපාත පද. For example, but.
So in our example sentence, the young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my. The preposition is from the teacher.
The seventh word class is conjunction or else connectives. What do you mean by conjunction and connectives? You can get the meaning from the word itself. Connectives, එහෙම නැත්නම් conjunctions කියලා කියන්නේ අපි sentences දෙකක්, phrases දෙකක්, clauses දෙකක්, අන්න ඒ වගේ දෙකක් එකතු කරන්න අපි use කරන words තමයි conjunctions කියලා කියන්නේ. හොඳම example එක තමයි and. Let's look into an example. Mary went to the town. She brought an ice cream. මෙන්න මේ sentences දෙක. If you want to join these sentences, we can use the word and, the conjunction and. So, the output is Mary went to the town and she brought an ice cream. Mary went to the town and she brought an ice cream. So, conjunction is also a word class. Now, let's look into the conjunction used in the above given or is the example we take to mention about these word classes.
In this sentence, the young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my, the conjunction is and. So, with this word and, the writer connects the two sentences. The young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher, then she quickly disappeared. So, these two sentences are connected with the conjunction and. So the next word class is adverb. An adverb is a word that's used to give information about a verb, adjective or another adverb. So these adverbs can make the meaning of a verb, adjective or other adverb stronger or weaker. And we must also remember that these adverbs can appear between the subject and its verb in a sentence. එතකොට මේ adverbs කියන්නේ අපි මොකක් හරි ක්‍රියාවක් ඒක ගැන describe කරන්න, ඒක ගැන තව information දෙන්න use කරන words වලට තමයි adverbs කියලා කියන්නේ. Example එකක් බලුවොත් she nearly lost everything. එතකොට මෙතන lost කියන්නේ verb එක, ඒක describe කරලා තිනවා nearly කියන adverb එකෙන්. Now let's look into the adverb in our example sentence.
The eighth word class is exclamation or interjection. An exclamation or an interjection is used in a sentence to mention about strong emotion, such as surprise, anger, happiness, likewise. So, you must also remember that when we use an exclamation, we must end that sentence with an exclamation mark, not with a full stop, like this. So, we must also remember that if we want to mention about a strong emotion, we must use interjections like oh, wow, oops. So, normally we use such words in our day-to-day sentences. ඉතින් මේ interjection එහෙම නැත්නම් exclamation කියන word class එකට අයිති words අපි sentence එකක දාන්නේ අපිට මොකක් හරි strong emotion එකක් ඒ කියන්නේ මොන හරි හැඟීමක් ප්‍රකාශ කරන්න ඕනනහම ඒ කිව්ව අපිට පුදුම හිතෙන දෙයක් විශ්මයජනක දෙයක් අන්න එහෙම දෙයක් වුණාම අපිට words use කරන්න පුළුවන්. අපි ගොඩක් use කරන words තමයි oh, wow, oops කියන words exclamations එහෙම නැත්නම් interjections විදිහට use කරන්න පුළුවන්. Now let us look into the interjection or else exclamation that is used in the example sentence.
So in this sentence, we can at once recognize the interjection, that is, oh my. So in this sentence, the interjection is oh my.
So those are the main 8 word classes in the English language. I hope you understood the lesson and now you must be able to identify or else categorize the words in a sentence into these word classes. Now let's look into a summary about this lesson. So I will give you 2 example sentences. Take time and try to figure out the word classes. The words belong to these word classes. This is the end of my lesson. So I hope you learned something and don't forget to stay tuned with our channel for more videos and lessons. So goodbye and stay safe.